Looking at number 17, we need to find the cosine of alpha plus beta. We don't have alpha and beta in the actual angle measure. We just have some hints about that. So let's recall what the formula for cosine alpha plus beta is. These are the parts we need to get. So that formula has cosine alpha, cosine beta, flip the sign, and then sine alpha, sine beta. So we need to get cosine alpha, cosine beta, sine alpha, and sine beta. The information we have here gives us enough information to set up the triangle. We already have this guy, and we need to find those other three pieces. So I already know that that one is going to be negative 4/5, but I don't know the others. So let's start with alpha. It says it's in terminal 4, so that's a triangle that's oriented like so. So my y is negative 4 and my r is 5. So I have when sine alpha equals negative 4/5, that gives me that y equals negative 4 and r equals 5. And that gives me, I need to solve for x. So to solve for x, I get the square root of r squared. So that's 5 squared minus x squared, which is going to be negative 4 squared, which is, I'll do a negative there, even though that negative doesn't matter since I'm going to square it. Square root of 25 minus 16, which is square root of 9, which is 3. So x equals 3. And that tells me that cosine of alpha will be 3 over r. I'm sorry, x over r, which is 3 over 5. So that I can fill in over here now for cosine of alpha. I still need the information about beta. I have everything I need about alpha. They gave me sine, and then I used that information to find cosine. Okay, now for beta, the hint that they give me, I'll do that one in a different color, is tangent. So that one's in terminal quadrant 2. So that's oriented like so. And my tangent is y over x. So that's so tangent of beta equals to negative 5 over 12 gives me y over x. So y is 5, x is 12. How do I know which one's going to be negative, the 5 or the 12? Is by looking at the fact that it's in quadrant 2. So x is negative, y is positive. So I have a negative 12 here. And then I have, so x is negative 12, y is 5. And then I can find r as the square root of x squared plus y squared, or I did y squared. X squared plus y squared, which is square root of 144 plus 25, square root of 169, which is 13. And then now I have all three sides, so I can find cosine of beta and sine of beta. So cosine of beta then is going to be the x over r, so that's negative 12 over 13. And sine of beta will be y over r, so that's 5 over 13. And just plugging that into my formula, don't forget my negative sign, then I get everything I need is in my formula now. So now just multiplying these first two fractions, and then subtraction, and then multiplying those two fractions. So multiplying those first two, I get negative 36 over 65 minus, oh, that's a negative, yeah, sorry, negative. And then I get a negative 20 over 65. So this is minus, not multiplication. So I'm going to distribute that minus. So I get negative 36 over 65 minus a negative is plus 20 over 65, which gives me, I have the negative number on the bigger number. So I'm going to find the difference, which is 16 over 65, and take the sign of the bigger number. So that's 16 over 65. So that's my final answer. Whoops, wrong color. For this cosine of alpha plus beta.